economical. Like, he puts pressure on guys without throwing too many punches, and then starts to figure holes out, and the way he can explode and move in with one shot, my God.
Yeah, he very explosive. He's very explosive, man.
You see that truck making fast watching that? Wasn't for this music, I'd probably be dead. Standing on top and sitting in the mansion.
Shakur sees that. He's anticipating something to come. He knows he's going to explode in. So what does Shakur do? Teo takes a big step in. Shakur takes a big step back. You know, again, always understanding because he has great eyes. You know, great eyes, understands boxing very well and movement.
Joe Rogan is completely shocked by Shakur Stevenson's bulging physique ahead of his fight with Teofimo Lopez. He praises Stevenson's unique defensive style and fighting skills, calling them truly remarkable. Rogan notes how Shakur's incredible shape adds to his agility and power in the ring, making him a standout athlete.
All since Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
His defense was incredible.
Yeah, defense, and he stayed. And that guy was putting the guy from Golden Boy. I can't remember his name. Who he fought, but was just a good fighter and was really pressuring him. And Shakur stayed in the pocket.
Yeah,
he stayed in the pocket.
He also said he's not
calling him a runner before.
Anymore.
He's not a runner. Yeah,
but he said after that fight, I'm not going to fight that way anymore. He said I took too many shots.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he wanted to like put on a show and show everybody he's not just a runner. He could stand in the pocket. Right. Then he's like, why am I doing this? I'll box the shit out of these motherfuckers.
Yeah. I mean, he's a silver medalist, that guy.
Yeah. Oh, he's elite. He's elite. And just one of the best, like, as far as...
Shakur Stevenson's camp demonstrates remarkable focus and discipline as he prepares for his upcoming fights. Every training session is carefully structured to improve his defense, speed, and overall technique. His coaches emphasize precision, conditioning, and strategy, ensuring Stevenson is ready for any challenge. This dedication is reflected not just in his physical shape, but also in his mental toughness, making him a formidable opponent in the ring and a true professional in every sense. Tim Bradley breaks down the upcoming fight by focusing on the contrasting styles of Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson. He points out that Lopez relies on explosive, twitchy movements that allow him to generate tremendous power. There's often a subtle pause before he launches his attacks, giving him the ability to strike with sudden intensity. Similar to the way Roy Jones Jr. used a close distance with speed and precision, Stevenson, on the other hand, excels at controlling distance, positioning himself perfectly to limit his opponent's movement and dictate the pace of the fight. Bradley emphasizes that footwork will be a decisive factor, as Stevenson can neutralize Lopez's explosiveness by keeping him off balance and anticipating attacks. The battle of agility versus raw power makes this matchup intriguing, highlighting Stevenson's defensive mastery against Lopez's natural speed and sudden bursts of offense.
The feet is what gets you in position to be able to land those shots. You know, footwork is extremely important. When I look at both these guys, and I look at Shakur's footwork, I look at Teo's footwork, and what I noticed about Teo's footwork in particular is that in order to be able to throw with the amount of power that he has, you know, I've noticed with Teo, there's always a subtle pause before he actually explodes. And Teo's a guy that likes to explode into contact, like to explode into his opponents, man, to land his offense. You know, fast, you know, twitchy type muscles, you know, fibers, you know, he's extremely fast. You know, some may say that, you know, his twitchiness kind of reminds him of like Roy Jones type of, you know, movements, how quick he's able to close that distance on his opposition. However, he's in there with a guy that is a master at controlling distance. That's like he's a master at literally, you know, getting in his position, right, in the position where he wants to be and taking away your positioning. And with doing so, he takes away your feet, you know, and that's why I think feet are going to be extremely important in this. You know, if you can keep your opponent off balance, for instance, let me just give you an example. It's like Tio explodes. There's a subtlety before he explodes with his offense. And as soon as Shakur sees that, he's anticipating something to come. He knows he's going to explode in. So what does Shakur do? Tio takes a big step in. Shakur takes a big step back. You know, again, always understanding because he has...
Ryan Garcia confidently predicts that Shakur Stevenson will come out on top in his upcoming fight. He points to Stevenson's speed, defensive skills, and ring intelligence as major advantages that could give him the edge over any opponent. Garcia believes that Stevenson's ability to adapt and stay composed under pressure makes him a tough challenge for anyone, including Teofimo Lopez. According to Garcia, the combination of agility, precision, and strategic thinking positions Stevenson as the likely winner. His prediction reflects a strong belief in Stevenson's overall skill set, suggesting that if he executes his game plan effectively, victory is well within reach.
We need some real boxing guys in this thing.
Yo, who you got, Shakur or Tio?
I got Shakur Stevenson beat him.
You got Shakur? You don't think Tio's gonna win?
Nah, bro. Nah.
Damn, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I got
crazy.
Tio too, bro.
You guys got Tio? How much you guys want to bet, bro?
I got Tio.
How much you guys want to bet? Anytime.
Bet, bro. I don't got money compared to you.
Nah, I'll bet. Hey, I'll bet in your tax bracket, bro.
100. Let's do 100.
I'll bet 100, bro. Let's
bet 100.
Shakur Stevenson faces scrutiny over his upcoming fight with Teofimo Lopez, with some questioning his game plan and recent performances. Critics point out that his resume may not be as deep as some of his peers, particularly when compared to fighters like Gervonta "Tank" Davis, whose combination of size, speed, and punching power has impressed against elite competition. While Stevenson has been praised and highly regarded, many argue that his previous opponents, like Zepeda, have not been top-tier challenges, and victories over them don't carry the same weight. Stevenson's strategy in the ring often emphasizes defense and distance control. But there are concerns that against a powerful, fast fighter like Lopez, simply avoiding engagement could limit his effectiveness. Some suggest Stevenson may try to run or maintain space rather than push the action, which could make the fight more about endurance and timing than outright offense. Ultimately, while Stevenson's skills and defensive mastery are undeniable, this matchup will test whether his approach can stand up against Lopez's explosiveness and raw power. The outcome remains uncertain, but the fight promises high intrigue.
Up Shakur Stevenson, his resume is not really that deep if we're really being fair. And I would challenge y'all to compare it to Gervonta "Tank" Davis's resume and then really look at who they were, look at Tank's frame, look at Shakur's frame, and tell me what looks to be more special. But here you got Shakur being hoisted up and praised nonstop, but then a lot of the same analysts, when they talk about Tank, they're like, oh man, Tank's disappointing and Tank needs to fight someone and his resume's not that good. Who on Shakur's resume is just this world beater? People always talk about, oh, Tank don't have Hall of Famers and don't have good fighters. Ryan Garcia is a dangerous fight. He has one of the best left hooks in the game. He was undefeated. Undefeated fighters could be stubborn, and he's definitely bigger than Tank. Even Shakur, he would probably be bigger than Shakur, but it would at least be closer. So for me, it is more impressive seeing the smaller guy like Tank produce that type of punch and power and being there with the giants and guys like Frank Martin. To me, I would rather have seen Shakur, Frank Martin, like they were supposed to fight, but it fell apart over money, than the fight with Zepeda. Especially, like I said, Zepeda coming off 2 performances where he arguably lost both, if not one of them, and was exposed and dropped in the fight. You know, Teofimo, I think that's a good name for Shakur Stevenson, but the fight hasn't happened yet. So we have to see what it is. But all this talk about Zepeda being, who was that good? Robinson Conceição really should have lost to O'Shaquie Foster. They rematched, and then he did lose. He's cool. And he lost to Valdez before Shakur fought him, and Shakur missed weight.